I am on the camera. So it's me, Cece. And I have on my glasses. I really wear contacts, but of course at nighttime I take them out and then I put on my glasses. I have black rims. I have purple rims. Purple is my color. You can see purple everywhere. And I decided, okay, let me get on the camera. I'm still on this weight loss journey. I'm on all kinds of journeys. What can you say? What can you say? You can't say much, but I'm here to say, hey, hey, hey. Yeah. Yes, I make up a song off of anything, anytime. You can ask all my friends. And I don't even know if I'm going to put this video up because my glasses look like they are thicker than ice. I remember my god sister. I mean, she has a major stigmentation or whatever you call it, and her glasses were like this thick, this thick. You see, about that thick. And I remember we were all at on a picnic table, our church event. You know how we do the dozens, everybody cutting on each other. And this guy said, your glasses are so thick that you look like a frog looking through ice. OMG. And that's kind of how I feel right now. Ribbit, ribbit. But it looks like the left one is thicker. Well, who cares? But I will start trying to come on live and show my face. Someone had commented when I had said that and said, just show your face, you know? And even DoDash, let me tell you, I have a lot to say about this phenomenal woman because not only I had started my weight loss journey before I saw her or came across her. And I had started it because I was letting it be. I started on my mother's birthday. She's passed away. October the 7th is her birthday, so her heavenly birthday. So I decided that I was going to really buckle down. And then soon after that, I came across DoDash's YouTube. And I saw that she had lost 100 pounds. I had also been I've been doing intermittent fasting. I had started losing weight before doing keto. And I had a personal trainer. But that was in the building where me and my mom lived. But I had moved from there in 2019 after she had passed away. And where I'm at now, I have a gym. I had talked about getting a personal trainer, and the guy would come to me just like the guy was coming to me at the other place. But sometimes your money get a little funny, and so you hold back on things. But I still can go down to. As a matter of fact, I had a Peloton, people, a Peloton that I had like cried about, and my fiance got it for me, and I was gung ho the first month, and then I started waning off, and then it became a clothes rack, and so I ended up selling it, and okay, so that's a whole nother story. But the bottom line is I decided to do this thing now. Because this time, I went through perimenopause for about 4 or 5 years. And that's when I started gaining the weight. Because I always was, I'm 4'11". And I have a small frame. But now I'm carrying too much weight on this frame. And my body is saying, hey, wait a minute. What is you doing, sister girl? And so, I realized that my metabolism it was shot, just everything. So, and I'm sure it's my hormones. And now I'm postmenopausal. So the perimenopausal, for those many years, that's when the weight started creeping on. And before you know it, you blown up like a balloon. And you're like, wait a minute, who put the helium in my body? I don't recall the helium tank near me. But anyway, now I'm at a point where it's time to do something about it, for real, for real. I've tried, I stopped, I tried, I stopped, I tried, I stopped. So I've been doing the alternative day fasting. I did the first one 36 hours. Um, this week I did 44 hours from Sunday to Tuesday. And I did another. So I'm doing it, and I can see that I'm getting into some clothes. I haven't got on the scale because, I don't want to be discouraged right now. I just started this October the 7th. But also, I'm cutting off any food intake at 7 p.m. no matter what. If I'm fasting, intermittent, whatever. No food intake after 7 p.m. I can drink something, but 7 p.m. I have been consistent with that. So, just starting off one step at a time, doing things what I can become a consistent in and making it a part of my daily life, because this is going to have to happen. It's going to have to be, because I'm pre everything, pre-diabetic, pre-hypertensive, blah, blah, blah. I'm obese. I know that, whatever. But the bottom line is, I saw her story. And then, I had started the YouTube channel, and you probably see some of my old videos with me trying to do mukbangs, and that was a minute ago. And then I just stopped. But I also saw her situation where she did the same thing. She had been on YouTube for a minute, but then it's like she was like, consistency. I'm going to be so consistent. And she's coming on to maybe one, two, or three times a day, being consistent, showing up, showing out, and letting God use her, because she has truly instilled hope in so many people. And I know for such a time as this, the sister been called to this. And that's why she has grown exponentially, because God has increased her. He has increased her. He has given her the land. Okay. So she is an encourager. She is an inspirer. So with her inspiring us, encouraging us, and saying, hey, look at me, use me as an example. See how God has used me, then he can use you. But you have to have the faith. You got to be consistent. You got to know where you're going and keep going, and sometimes there's a fork in the road, and you may take the wrong way. You may go left instead of going right when you should have went right. But then, it's easy to, just like your car is in, you have a reverse in your car, just reverse path and then go down the right road. So nothing is ever a mistake. It's just a learning experience that we have to always keep in mind, so that we won't keep going down the same wrong path, but we can continue the journey, never stop. Even if you had a detour, even if you made a wrong turn, just back up, see why you went that way, and understand, okay, never go that way again. You know how they say, you go down the street, there's a hole, and you fall into the hole. Then you go down the same street again, knowing the hole hasn't been fixed, and you fall into the hole. Doing the same thing over and over, getting the same result is kind of insanity. So we don't want to be insane people. We can be joyous and carefree and all of those things, but we just don't want to be insane. So I am just happy that I was led to her lives, and I've been watching her, because there are times that I do get discouraged, and I've always been the one that people come to for encouragement, and I help people out because I have a nonprofit that empowers and uplifts. But then it's like I lost confidence as this weight came on. I lost confidence in who I am. I really lost myself. As a matter of fact, being a caregiver, my whole being shifted to being a caregiver and a daughter. And that's kind of what it was. It was no more like Cecilia. It was caregiver, daughter. And I thank God that I was able to transition into that position for that time, because I love my mom, and I did not want to put her in a nursing home. She didn't put her mother in a nursing home. And me and her, I'm an only child. Me and her took care of my grandmother, and we had help. You have home health aides, and I had home health aides as well. Initially, from the start, I didn't, and I almost like lost it. And I just remember crying out to God, and then He brought me some health aides. I mean, the person I contacted, they hooked up everything. It was like, I can hear it in your voice that God is saying you need help now, and He hooked up everything. And so I was able to get help, being the only child, not really having a lot of relatives in the area. And I had the night shift, and I worked, and I was working where I commuted, and it was a little trek, and there was things I had to set up for my mom early in the morning. But even after I got the help, I still had to put some things in place. I had to check on her, in the morning, make sure, there was nothing I needed to change or deal with. And some mornings there were hiccups or whatever, and I may have been delayed in going to work, but I still pressed on. And I'm telling you, God gave me the strength. And I'm telling you, those 5-6 years, I was a very light sleeper, and I finally got the the baby monitors so I can hear her. And I was a very light sleeper. But now when I go to sleep, man, I sleep like a log, and people say I sound like a hog. Yes, I go in. You hear me? I go in a deep sleep. And I know that's because my body is making up for all them years that I was such a light sleeper, because I was listening out for her so that I can assist her through the night. And I know it was the strength of God giving me that strength, His power, His might to take care of my mom and work full time. And my job was very demanding. When this first started, I was working with soldiers, and there was transitioning through the medical board, and I had a caseload. I can have up to 60 soldiers on my caseload. And hello, these are people that are being medically discharged. So there was a lot of stuff you had to deal with: paperwork, getting things done, getting them to making sure they get into appointments, dealing with their command, dealing with their family members. It was a lot. And and I even, one of my soldiers even unalived herself. And so you're dealing with a lot of emotion and everything with that. And then too, being a caregiver, and dealing with your mom, who is your shiro, and she realizing that there's some things that she can't do for herself anymore, and that was frustrating to her. But I just thank God that I was able to do that for her, because she took care of me and so many others. She was a true woman of virtue, true Proverbs woman. And so I want to make her proud too. And finding myself again, because she was my biggest cheerleader with my nonprofit, because I would speak everywhere. I was helping people start businesses. I was just in every event. When we had a conference in Richmond, and we had Daphne Reed, we honored Daphne Reed and Mayor of Petersburg. I mean, these are the people that we were around, that came because of my nonprofit. And my mom was always there. I always made sure my mom was with me, and she was my biggest cheerleader. So now I want her. And my Women of Virtue organization is still active. It's still alive. I had to not do a lot of things, during the time that I was her caregiver. We kind of went on a sabbatical, I should say that. But it's still alive. It's still active, as far as with the IRS, as the 501c3, as far as the state, we have our exemption. So I've kept that up. And, we're doing some things. I have the website. We are doing some things. We're feeding the hungry. But I really want to get back into what I was doing, speaking and encouraging, and also being an inspiration to others, and just trying to lend a hand. I mean, I do that now. I have helped a lot of people, when we had the C-19 situation and people was trying to apply for FEMA help, for burial and things like that. I helped families. And up to now, people ask for research or help. They need somebody to help them do their resume and stuff like that. Those are the things that Women of Virtue was doing. We help people what they say from the cradle to the grave, and that was our thing. Just empowering people and being there in whatever they need, and researching them, helping them get benefits, all that stuff. That's what we were about. We were advocacy group. We were a group that was there to support people, and I'm doing that by myself in a sense, but I haven't opened it up to do it full speed, And my job now is kind of I do have a full-time job, and that's kind of demanding, even though we're hybrid, meaning I work sometimes at home and sometimes I go into the office. But it's still a heavy job, okay? So I think I'm rambling now, but the bottom line is I came on live, and I will continue to. And just, this is what it's about. This is my channel where I'm saying it's me, CC. CC is my nickname. Dimples also is my nickname. And I just thank DoDash for being obedient, first and foremost, to the call. And being naked and not ashamed. You know what I mean. Just authentic. Okay? And for that, I know she will continuously be blessed. And let us follow her lead. Be blessed.